Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a psychologist, and on my last video I spoke about how I bought a little sailing boat without really knowing much about it, without really feeling that I was ready, but kind of deciding that this was the time for this adventure and kind of just going with it. It's not really easy to do something like that, and there are a few things that help me, not just in this story about the sailing boat, but also in different times in my life in which I need to make a decision. There are a few ideas that really help me to feel ready enough, let's say. Because what happens is that so many times we wait for the clarity and the confidence to be there, and oftentimes that clarity and that confidence just don't come. It only comes when you start getting further and further into whatever it is that you want to do. That's when you start having more clarity and more confidence. There's 4 ideas that I would like to share that are really helpful to me, and I hope that they can be helpful for you as well. What is it that is really scary about this thing that you want to do, and in which manner really this fear affects you? So, for example, for me, I was really afraid about safety. I was really afraid that I wouldn't be able to keep the boat afloat, or if there would be something wrong with the boat, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I didn't really know anything pretty much about engineering, so I was really scared about all the maintenance necessary to keep the boat afloat, and I didn't really understand how sturdy these boats can be basically, until I started seeing that, oh my god, there's so many people that don't know much and they are just out there living their adventures, and if they can, why can't I? Try to see what is the smallest thing I can do to progress. So for me, it was like I was, starting to make a list of the boats that I could potentially buy, know about the logistics about handling a boat in Sweden, and the fees involved. But to start kind of like slowly but surely to make a little mind map about the things that you are going to have to handle and that you are going to have an idea about. I know for a fact that I wanted to have that experience of living by the water. I knew for a fact that I am someone who loves to take big steps into the unknown and figure out things along the way. And I know for a fact that I'm someone who loves to learn from experience. So this made that, every step that I was taking on this project was aligned with who I felt that I am and who I want to be. So even if this could fail somehow, it was never a failure, because it was an experience very much aligned with who I am. So that idea of living from identity and not from fear, that to me is extremely important to feel confident in my steps, and that what I'm doing is meaningful and right. Instead of being anxious from the unknown, I try to put curiosity on the front seat, on the driver's seat, and just let it be the thing that guides me. The questions, the openness it brings, that's really what I want to follow. So whenever I'm being guided by curiosity, then I can be I don't have so much pressure. Everything is just more playful, lighter, and basically I just learn a lot about myself, the situations. Why am I doing this? Why should I not do this? If all things go wrong, what then? So these are kind of ideas that I use in my life and many times with my clients to help feel a little bit to unstuck and to progress, to take whatever steps there are to move forward. So if these ideas are helpful to you, I hope they are. I have plenty more to share, and I hope to then see you next time if you would like to pass by. Take care.